I'm the Hulk now.
Hello, friends, and welcome back to the Brockopp side. Today we got ourselves a movie review of The Incredible Hulk, directed by Louis Leterrier. It is the second movie of the Marvel Cinematic Universe and is not connected to the Ang Lee Hulk film from 2003, and stars not Mark Ruffalo, aka Edward Norton as Bruce Banner, who is on the run hiding in South America after the incident which turns him into the Hulk. The military is after him, and at the same time, he's trying everything he can to cure himself of the Hulk once and for all. So, this movie came out in 2008, the same year as Iron Man, which laid the groundwork for the Marvel Universe, so this was the next chapter in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and the unfortunate thing is that this movie has kind of become a bit irrelevant as time has gone on, because there are just so many things about this movie that just did not translate into future films, a few different casting choices, some very visual changes, so this is kind of the movie that Marvel almost kind of wants you to forget about. And I think part of that's probably because Universal has the rights to these solo Hulk movies, and for some reason they're being a bunch of little dickheads about it, so Marvel can't make another solo Hulk movie. But you know what, that all said and done, this is still a solid movie. It's not great, but it's certainly not horrible. It's a solid Hulk movie. Edward Norton plays Bruce Banner, who is definitely a good choice, and he does give a good performance. It's just kind of a shame that they didn't have an actor that would stay on for future movies. And Edward Norton is a great actor, but the thing with Edward Norton is that he doesn't just come in for the paycheck. He wants, creative control, and he wants his input in the projects, which of course Marvel didn't want to do, so he didn't come back for the Avengers. So it's just one of those things, like I mentioned, that just kind of makes this film a bit irrelevant, because it's almost like we don't have the same Hulk from this movie, even though certain events do get slightly referenced throughout. Although an interesting fact is that when they were considering making a sequel to the 2003 Hulk film, they were considering making it a direct-to-video sequel, and that David Duchovny was considered for the role of Bruce Banner. Now, that would have been awesome, especially they could have cast him in this continuity, because it would just be kind of cool to see Fox Mulder team up with Tony Stark. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm glad we have Mark Ruffalo, and he does a great job in the role now, and Edward Norton definitely gives it his all in this movie. It just kind of makes you wonder what could have been. One thing I really liked about Bruce Banner in this movie is that he kind of has some post-traumatic stress from being the Hulk. He kind of gets reminded of all the gunfire and explosions and chaos, which just kind of freaks him out, and that's just kind of one of the interesting psychological effects of becoming the Hulk. It's just one of the things that makes the character of the Hulk and Bruce Banner so interesting, is that he has to turn back into Bruce Banner and vice versa, and it just has an effect on him from both sides. So I'm really glad this movie does get to explore that aspect of the character, even if it's in just a very small increment. So Tim Roth plays Emil Blonsky, the villain of the movie, and while he does a good job as well, he just has the corniest character introduction I've ever seen. Emil Blonsky, born in Russia, raised in England. I've heard he's also a rather passionate lover. And Lou Ferrigno, the original TV Hulk, makes a cameo as a security guard. Again, like he did in the 2003 movie, and Lou Ferrigno has been involved in any production of the Hulk since the TV show. He's done some voice work for the Hulk characters and things of that nature, so it's just kind of cool they're always paying respect to the TV show, which was wildly popular. So the CGI in this movie is a bit hit or miss. I don't really like the look of the Hulk in this movie. His mouth just seems so exaggerated and cartoony-like, and I don't really like the different texture on his chest and things like that. It just makes him look a bit fake looking, so it just really doesn't look scary, it just looks a little odd. But some of the CGI does look really good, like when Bruce Banner transforms into the Hulk, those parts look really good. But then there are some scenes, like the fight between the Hulk and the Abomination with the military involved, where I was watching it and I was kind of confused, because I was like, okay, why did they just stop the movie to show us a cutscene from the Incredible Hulk tie-in game from Sega? But then I was like, oh, this is still a movie.
Okay.
So, after Jeff Bridges started the Marvel villain formula, this movie continues it with the form of the Abomination, which is basically the evil version of the Hulk. So things just get kind of out of hand with that. It's the Abomination was, he was fine in this movie. He wasn't a great villain, he wasn't an awful one, but he was a good one-off villain, I suppose. But the final battle is fun enough, and it's over, and we're never gonna see that character again anyway. This movie also continues to plant a few different hints and Easter eggs to the larger Marvel Universe, including references to the Super Soldier program which created Captain America, which is the whole reason behind Bruce Banner doing those experiments that turns him into the Hulk, because he was trying to replicate the Super Soldier serum, which I think is just really kind of a cool way to connect everything together. And there's a deleted scene where Bruce Banner tries to shoot himself in the ice, and you can just see a little bit of Captain America's frozen body, which is just really cool. It's kind of a shame that wasn't in the movie, but it's there. It's okay. It's cool too because Captain America eventually gets taken out of the ice anyway, so it's all good. So, all in all, The Incredible Hulk is a solid but unfortunately a bit irrelevant Marvel movie. It's definitely not the worst Phase 1 movie, and it's still got some redeeming qualities to it, and it's unfortunate we'll never get another solo Hulk movie, but there's still plenty of Hulk to go around. So, those are my thoughts on The Incredible Hulk. We got 2 Marvel movies down, we have several to get through. But anyway, if you guys have seen the movie, note it down below, and we'll see you on the Brockopp side, where you won't like me when I'm angry.